My dog is very cute right now. But this is what we're here for. Aw, look at Louie. I love my animals. They're so cute. Hello, I'm Jenny Fern, and welcome to my library. Today, I'm going to try to go through some more books and determine which ones I can give away. This is my to-read shelf. And there's some nonfiction books here that I may have read, but they're just organized by some categories. Such a good girl. Yeah, oh my goodness. Hi. We have a little baby Louie. Hi, baby. Hello. Hi. Okay. I have some books coming in the mail, and I need to make room for them. And I'm going to try to get rid of some books that I don't want or don't want to read. So let's just get started. First book we have is Zealot by Reza Aslan, which is about Jesus. And I think it's supposed to be the historical perspective of Jesus. I would be interested in this. I got this from my dad. I think I'll hold on to it. Then I have Dostoevsky's The Brothers Karamazov, and I'm not intending to read this anytime soon, but I'm gonna keep it. Here I have Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. Yeah, okay, I do. I was like, I feel like I already have this book. I do have this book. So I can surely get rid of one of them, can't I? I think I might get rid of this one because the other one seems in a little better condition. So yeah, I can get rid of this one. Then we have Magic for Sale by... Oh, this is, I think, a collection of different short stories. Edited by Avram Davidson. I'm definitely going to keep this. This is like one of those weird little books that I do enjoy. Now I have Strength to Love by Martin Luther King Jr. I haven't ever tried to read this, so I'm not really sure what it's like, but I'm definitely going to keep it. Then we have Stephen King's The Shining. I'm definitely going to hang on to this, and I would like to read this sooner rather than later, maybe in the next couple years. The Shining is one of my favorite movies. I painted my bathroom in the color of like that one bathroom in The Shining because I like it so much. Then we have The Silver Chair by C.S. Lewis, a Narnia book. And I read quite a lot of the Narnia books. This is actually the next one that I would have to read, since the last book that I read was The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I really don't like that many of the Narnia books. I have this like urge within me to finish reading them. So I'm gonna hang on to this. Ooh! We have The Origin of Species by Charles Darwin. I've actually been hankering to read this somewhat soon, maybe this year. I think this is again my second copy. I have 2 copies of A Tale of Two Cities, and now I have to figure out which one I want more. These are the 2. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to decide this off camera because I'm not really sure of the differences. I can't believe we found, just on this top shelf, 2 repeats. That's wild. But when I was younger, like in high school, and I would go to the thrift store, I would pick up classics all the time, and so I probably just picked them up again, not realizing that I'd already got them because I hadn't read them or anything. Stephen King's It. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to read this. That's actually a pretty good question for me because it is exceedingly long and I'm not sure that I would enjoy the second half of it. I'm going to keep it. Ha! I'm going to keep it. Now. There's nothing that makes me feel shorter than trying to reach the top shelf of my bookshelves. I'm on a step stool. This is Inheritors of Earth by Gordon Eklund and Paul Anderson. This looks like a really cool book, and I don't know anything about it, but I'm gonna keep it. Then we have Holiday Inn or Holiday Inn by James Howe, and I'm definitely going to keep this as well. I always wanted to read this when I was a kid, and I never did. The Raven and Other Poems by Edgar Allan Poe, which I'm also going to keep. Ooh, we're getting into Navy. This is Gulliver's Travels. I've had this copy for a really long time. I used puff paint on the cover, so I was like young enough to like use puff paint on my book. And I read maybe half of this when I was in college through a free digital book, and I have never finished it, but I would definitely not be opposed because I quite enjoyed it. I just feel like I was taking a really long time reading it, so I just moved on to something else. But yeah, I'm gonna keep that. When You Are Engulfed in Flames by David Sedaris. I mentioned this in the last video of this type, but I'm not convinced that I actually enjoy reading David Sedaris. But these are my husband's books, so I'm not going to get rid of them. We have The Gods of Mars by Edgar Rice Burroughs. I did read the first book in the series, which I think is The Princess of Mars. Pretty sure that is also in the public domain, and that's how I read that book. And I really wouldn't be opposed to reading this book, even though the series is kind of hokey. So at some point I'll get to this. Ooh, this one's a tough one. This is 3-Star Fix by Joseph Jablonski. And this has to do with like navigation and New Orleans. I kind of want to give it a chance because it's just a book that I don't know anything about. I'm gonna look up some reviews of this and see if it's good, and if it is, then I'll keep it. If the reviews are generally negative, I'll probably give it away. So I'll let you know at the end of the video what I do with this. This book is one of the most gorgeous books that I have, and this was picked up, I believe, from a thrift store by my husband. I don't really know anything about it, but it's just so beautiful that I still would like to read it. Okay, we have gotten to a contentious one. The Voyages of Dr. Dolittle by Hugh Lofting. I did read the other Dolittle book. I think it's the first one, and there are some really problematic parts in that book, and I don't know if this one has any of that as well, but this seems significantly longer than the other book. At some point, I'll probably read this. Regardless, I am gonna keep it. I'm gonna get rid of this one. This is The Dark Horse by Craig Johnson. This is like a part of a series that was made into a show on A&E called Longmire. This just really doesn't seem like my thing. I'm gonna donate it. I will say I do like that cover though. Now we have Morality for Beautiful Girls, which is a #1 ladies detective agency book. I think this is the second one. Yeah, I really liked the #1 ladies detective agency, so I will read this. I'm not sure when, but I'm gonna keep it. Then we have Jailbird by Kurt Vonnegut. I'm definitely gonna keep this. I went through a small book buying spree of Kurt Vonnegut novels because I didn't own any. It is really, really hard for me to find Kurt Vonnegut novels in thrift stores, which is primarily where I look for books. I had already read a handful and I was like, well, I'm not gonna buy the ones that I already read, even though now I am buying the ones that I already read because I really want them. So I bought a bunch that I hadn't read, and so I still haven't read some of them. We have The Importance of Being Earnest and Other Plays by Oscar Wilde. And I read The Importance of Being Earnest when I was in middle school probably, and I really liked it, and I haven't read anything by Oscar Wilde since. So I'm definitely gonna hang on to this. This was one of the coolest gifts that I got from one of my old coworkers who moved away. She gave me this Ursula K. Le Guin 3 Hanish novels. Hanish? I don't know how to say that. But one of these is one that I've already read, Planet of Exile. And then the other two I have not yet read. So you could kind of say I've read a third of this, and I'm definitely going to keep it. Then we have this gorgeous book. This is such a beautiful book. It's Pure by Andrew Miller. I gotta show you this thing because it's got these beautiful gold. Isn't this just a beautiful book? Like the illustration is gorgeous, and then like these little gold details are so pretty, and even on the spine there's those little gold details. It's just so gorgeous. I'm gonna keep this. Then we have The Jungle by Upton Sinclair. I attempted to read this when I was in high school. I got to page 2. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this. I am actually really interested in this. Then we have this gigantic book, which is The Bonfire of the Vanities, and I am gonna hold on to this, but I don't know anything about it. Then I have Heidi by Joanna Spyri, which I will read at some point, but have no desire to anytime soon. I will be keeping this. And the last book that we have for today is My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. I started reading this and I got to page 60, and then I put it away for some reason, and I will get back to it at some point, but I'm probably gonna start over from the beginning because I don't really remember that much of it. So the verdict on A Tale of Two Cities is I am going to give away this copy because it is in worse condition, and the pages are near to falling out. They're not quite yet, but this will be more painful to actually read from, so I'm gonna keep the other copy. As for 3-Star Fix, there are only 4 reviews on Goodreads, and that's just like star ratings. I didn't see any like in-text reviews, so I am going to keep this. It just seems like a shame to not read this book because it didn't seem to have a lot of readership. So I'm gonna give it a shot, and hopefully it's good. The last part of today's video is going to be an oddly specific book recommendation. I really like ending off my videos in this way by recommending a book from a weird recommendation. If you have any oddly specific book recommendation prompts, please leave them in the comments and I will try to get to them. This is one of the most enjoyable trends of like the last year or so. So the prompt I have today is a book that will make you question the existence of gravity and float away into a world of weightlessness. And the book I have for that is Einstein's Dreams by Alan Lightman. This is a series of short, kind of like vignettes that make you consider different realities, I guess. So I'll read the beginning of one section just to help give you an idea. It does have a lot to do with time. So for this one, in this world, there are 2 times. There is mechanical time and there is body time. The first is as rigid and metallic as a massive pendulum of iron that swings back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The second squirms and wriggles like a bluefish in a bay. They are gorgeous, just like that, gorgeous descriptions of different imaginings, and it does also have to do with Einstein's life. It is one of the most interesting and beautiful books that I've ever read. I have recommended it to other people, and I haven't always gotten like super positive feedback on it, but I think it's just gorgeous. So for this one, suppose that time is not a quantity but a quality, like the luminescence of the night above the trees just when a rising moon has touched the tree line. Time exists, but it cannot be measured. So this is more of like a book that will make you question the existence of time or whatever, but I feel like it fits the mood of a book that will make you question the existence of gravity and make you feel weightless. I feel like this does kind of make you feel weightless just with its beautiful wording. So that is my recommendation for today, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.